Hey guys, stay tuned. Jason and I are going to be talking about the best sport watches under $5,000. Hello and welcome back to the show, episode 51, The Trading Desk. I'm
51?
Joshua Thanos. This is 51, man.
Wow.
I'm Joshua Thanos. This is Jason Main. And I'm pissed because I wasn't on episode 50.
Don't know what to tell you, man. You weren't here. I had to get somebody. Peter was willing to fill in. Pretty well received, I think. People like
Peter?
Yeah, if they only knew the wild man that he was at heart. Shout out to Peter Bell. Next time Peter comes on, I think we're going to have some whiskey before, so we can let loose the beast.
If you get Peter drunk beforehand, this will be you'll get a million views.
Crazy, yeah.
Peter will get naked on camera, so which will be fantastic.
Right,
but
so
hey guys, so thanks for logging on again. Happy to be back. Happy to be sitting next to my life partner, Jason Main, my camping partner as well.
Which went fantastic, by
yeah,
the way.
It was fun.
It was a fun trip.
Is this the first show since the camping trip?
For you?
Oh, God, the drugs are just wearing off. Oh, it was so much fun. But, we had a blast, dude. That was cool. We what watch did I wear? Did I have my Panerai?
You wore...
What was I wearing? Oh, no, my Bell & Ross.
That's right.
I wore the Bell & Ross diver, which, by the way, held up fantastic. And today I found out, so we're Bell & Ross dealers, I just found out that they make that watch in ceramic, which
Black
I have to buy now. They make the watch in black ceramic. If you check it out on my Instagram, you can go right now on my Instagram story, at Mr. Thanos. You can see it. So log off here. We'll wait. Are we gonna wait? Are we gonna wait? But check it out. The watch is unbelievable. I'm obsessed. Now I'm gonna have 3 Bell & Ross in my collection.
I'll just trade you for the blue one.
Yeah. And by the way, that's a great sport watch under $5,000, Jason. But we're not gonna go that far. We're gonna stop here. We're gonna go over wrist checks.
Wrist checks.
Yeah, so it's something new, right? No,
not new.
Same with the old.
Revised.
Same old shit.
I have a friend who desperately required the half link out of my bracelet today, so I took it out and I sent it to him, and that made me want to put this on the rubber bee.
You took a half link out of your bracelet and sent it to somebody?
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
He's a friend and he needed it.
Who is this friend? I don't think you'd do that for me. What kind of friend is this?
Sure I would.
Okay.
Anyway, so
right, well, now I'm gonna start asking
Rolex
you for favors.
Rolex 114060 non-date ceramic sub, sitting on the rubber bee. It has a little blue line on it, which I'm wearing a blue shirt, so it kind of
Does it
fit
come with
the
that
day.
really dirty crystal too?
Yeah, it's the new haze crystal. But
taking good care of your
this
watches.
is the perfect rubber bee because it has the tang buckle, which I prefer over the integrated buckle.
I don't.
They have the option where you can just use the factory buckle, but I don't like that. I like this tang because now I can truly wear this, scratch up the buckle, not care about it.
I guess.
With the deployment buckle, I feel like subconsciously I'm going to put more wear on it than I would if it was on the bracelet. And then when I put it back on the bracelet, they won't match. There won't be the right amount of wear.
All right. I guess that makes sense, though.
So
for me, I like it because when I had my Yachtmaster, I did the same thing where I put a rubber bee on there, but I like the one with the clasp. But I like looking down and seeing a Rolex
I feel like
clasp.
there's some additional freedom with this buckle. I do wish. So I wanted to get the rubber bee for the Explorer 2 in orange.
Oh yeah.
But they only make it where you can use the buckle. They don't have this
bro.
tang.
Don't be a.
And then they make one with Velcro, which is cool too. Not that I'm pitching rubber bee, but
Why not? Pitch Rubber Bee.
They're
a good
okay.
company. We like them. We know Horace too. I know the guys from Horace.
they're better than Everest, I think, in fit and wear.
Whoa.
But
shots out.
I've owned both straps. I like the rubber bees better. I think they're more substantial.
Who's been around longer, I wonder?
I think rubber bee was the first.
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Cool. All right. Well, my watch is a Rolex as well. It's not on a rubber bee. So I have gone from a serious rotation of, I don't know, 10 watches or so to now I'm just wearing this watch every day. So this watch, if you're listening to the podcast, is my Rolex Datejust 2, the 116663 or 116334. So white gold bezel, stainless steel watch, 41 millimeter. This has since been discontinued now for the 126334, which is a little bit more slimmed down, different proportions on the watch. But I think when we told the story in the past, like I got the watch. I wasn't sure if I was going to keep it. I got it cleaned up. I really started liking it, and every day I wear it, I like it more, and I get compliments on this watch all the time. This dial really didn't sell that great through retail. So this is the silver dial with the lilac Arabic numerals, but I love that dial.
Which is why we like it, because it's quirky.
That's why I like it for sure. 'cause
Imagine
I'm
that on a
quirky, too.
lilac rubber B.
So that's the thing. So I've been looking online for here we can come off that shot. So I was looking online for like examples of this watch on a rubber B. So a lot of people have put this watch on a I don't even know the name, like a Horween leather strap.
Okay.
Which I don't.
How'd it look?
I don't know. It's
I
hard
could
to
see
say.
that on like the black croc with the Rolex deployant from like a Daytona.
Okay.
Would
Yeah,
look cool.
yeah, that would work. But so the one thing about Rolex is when you put them on a strap, even the rubber B, it looks nice, but it's just so the proportions are
Yeah.
made specifically for the bracelet, and you're always going to go back to the bracelet.
The bracelet is the only reason, like, to own one of these watches. It's the best part of it. So this will live here for 2 days, and then I'll put it back on the bracelet because
Yeah, I agree with you.
the buckle's too perfect.
Yeah, but so that was our wrist shots, guys. We're wearing the same watches we've been wearing for the last few weeks, and somehow
Hey,
we've
but they're
landed on-
ours.
Yeah, they belong to us. That's right.
No
So,
imposters here, my friends.
yeah, we're not. We're ourselves. Yeah, there you go. Hey, all right. So that was wrist shots. What's up next, Jason?
We have our top 5.
Oh, that's right. We're back to the top 5. You know what we never did, which I mentioned we were going to try to do that, was
that?
like the trending top 5 since we started doing that. Like some sort of graph or like amazing graphic that would show, hey guys, like this is what.
Oh,
I
no,
don't know.
we have something new tonight. This is the new graph.
Oh, do we?
I think, did we not prepare? Oh,
Our producer.
sorry. I got to mess with our producer here a little bit.
All right. So speaking of Rolex, it looks like we got some Rolexes. So our top 5 most visited or clicked on watch pages for on our website, watchbox.com, is here right in front of you. So number 5 is that's a 26320 ST. So the previous version of the 41 millimeter Royal Oak stainless steel chronograph. And that is a $25,000 watch now, which it hasn't always been. The value's gone up. And if you haven't noticed, guys, the AP went insane. Everything went sky high. And now the only things that are really holding or haven't come back down to earth are the Royal Oaks. So the Royal Oaks and the Royal Oak Chronos are really strong, where the offshores are starting to calm down a little bit, so you can get those for more reasonable prices. So there you go. That's worth what it's worth. But look at that. So we're getting a lot of attention on a 41 millimeter chronograph. The AP Royal Oak chronograph, and that's number 5. And what's number 4, Jay?
Yeah, so number 4 we have the Rolex Yachtmaster, the Ever Rose, the ever popular Yachtmaster on the Oyster Flex. This piece has always kind of been popular. It's very much a blanket statement type watch. Very Yachtmaster. In your face, bling bling Rolex for not having to be, a president. So sporty dress watch. Always popular. Whenever we get this on the website, it seems to be a lot of clicks. So, just well-loved watch.
Yeah, it's okay. I hate the Oyster Flex. I think that it's
It's
just
not my
like
favorite, but
it
could,
looks good. With this minor tweaking, the system could be better.
I said that last week too. Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
So now I'm not allowed
I know
to say
you.
this
I
week?
know
What
you
the
watched
fuck
the
is-
show. So.
No, I don't even watch the shows after I'm on it. But but just we agree is the point here. But yeah, so with minor tweaking, that system could be much better. But I mean, listen, Rolex right now can do no wrong. So until the Rolex calms down in terms of market, I don't think that they're going to be tweaking anything.
Only 3 of the top 5 on the.
Yeah, right. All right, so here's another one. So the Rolex Oyster Perpetual date. What's the reference on that? I wonder. But it's a 34 millimeter Oyster Perpetual date, and that's a vintage piece for $59.50. Though this is plated gold. I don't think it shows there. And that's why it's so cheap. That's a plated gold watch. So that's
the old boy.
It's a very old watch. I wish we had the reference there, but so that's interesting. But I think the reason why that watch is being clicked on so often is that if you look at it from just like a thumbnail, it's hey, there's a gold Rolex for $6,000, and then people are like, wait, no, that's plated gold, and that authentic Rolex, original Rolex plated gold. So buy that if you want, I guess.
It's cool in the sense that it's collectible because it was. Plated.
But watch, if you wear that hard, you're gonna rub the plate off though.
Number 2 is the Omega Seamaster. For all the reasons why an Omega should be on that, always be clicked on, is because it's an icon. It's the Seamaster 300. It's the man of mystery, the spy watch. Just robust, everyday, perfect watch. And you may see one of these on another list from tonight's show, although different generation. But 1950, great watch, under $2,000. It'll last the rest of your life.
Cool, that's right. And then the number 1 is a 36 millimeter Datejust. It's probably a 1603 reference, I bet. 5250 ask price, which by the way, like a couple years ago, that's probably like a $3,500 to $400,
Sure, yeah.
$3,500 to $4,000 watch. Obviously, so all boats rise in terms of Rolex and Rolex, Patek, and AP. So that's that's a nice watch though.
It's a cool piece. I don't know. I would be surprised, or I was surprised that it's number one.
Mm-hmm.
But $5,000 solid watch, still proportionally wearable today by most guys. 36 is a little small for me, but you can pull it off. So definitely a cool watch, like you said. Like 5250.
Mm-hmm.
That's in my head that's a $3,000 watch.
Mm-hmm.
But times have changed.
Yeah, cool. All right, so there you go. That's our top 5 watches, so you can see kind of what people are looking at in the market, and you can plan accordingly if you decide you want to play in the market. So before we get to our main topic, I want to. There's a few good questions, and we don't really address people in the chat. Mostly, we just laugh at their silly questions and
Going on in the chat?
pretend like we don't care about what they say. Well, we do. So Daniel Fernandez says, "I know Thursdays are dedicated to mainstream watches, in parentheses those that sell, but." The best value in the best value in the 5K range is outside of that universe. He's saying JLC, Parmigiani, GP. So number one, we don't dedicate to things that sell. Though being salespeople, obviously we're going to talk about what we see the most. So that's number one. We don't purposely do that. But number two, I agree with you, man. The JLC, Parmigiani, everything outside of like the hottest brands right now are absolutely great values, right? So so Jason and I together sold the GP. Today it was the what was it? What's the model?
The Laredo.
It was a Laredo, but it was the forgot the model. Well, it's those drugs. They still haven't worn off. But whatever. So GP is a fantastic brand. They make great movements. I bought 3 Parmigianis.
I mean, if you look
today.
our collection are different than they were when we did the first collection shot.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
if you look at our personal collections, we agree with you in our own money. I like watches like the Octo Finissimo, stuff like that.
Yeah,
that's
weird,
the
dude.
next piece on my grail list. So
that's
watches like that,
insane.
Bell
Who the
and
hell would buy
Ross,
that?
Oris, like we own stuff that is bang for the buck. So we agree with you with our own money. JLC, huge, proportion bang to the buck. You get a lot of value there. Parmigiani, I love the Tunda micro rotor meteorite dial, the blue one.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite Parmigiani. There's tons of cool. I've always liked the Seahawk from GP. It's not the best watch on the market, but I think you get a lot for your money if you like a big watch. There's some cool pieces out there. Maybe we should do we've done some non-mainstream brand videos and some bang for the buck type videos before.
Yeah, we always do, man. Yeah. So all right. So Jason curated a list of the best sport watches under 5,000. And I mean, listen, this is an endless list of watches, but
5 watches under $5,000.
Oh, that's what it is?
Yeah.
Oh,
5
geez.
under 5.
I should probably read the show notes before we start this.
No sweat.
All right, cool. So go.
So go. Number 1 is the Omega Seamaster.
This is number 1 or number 5?
This is number 1.
So we're going from the best to the worst?
They're not in any particular order.
Jeez. This is the last time you create the show, Jason.
Okay. Only everyone up to today, but we'll let you take credit for them.
Okay.
So the Omega Seamaster, the resurgence of the classic 42 millimeter. This got a lot of press when they released them. Tried to pull a photo for you so you could see all the original flavors. These are the only one that I don't see there is the Sedna and Black.
Sedna and Black. But that's on a strap, right?
Yeah, so all of these come in other options except I think the limited edition tantalum in there. But anyhow, 42 millimeters.
Well, the tantalum is that the one on the right?
But I don't think you can get the tantalum on a strap. It's only on the bracelet.
Oh yeah,
right?
of course. Well, because the tantalum.
The whole point is to get the bracelet.
And that one's definitely not under $5,000. I don't think. I think it's like an 8,900 retail or something.
This is the majority.
This is a terrible list, Jason. I can't believe
90% of. Anyways, so 42 millimeters, re-released exhibition caseback, better movement, bigger dial, ceramic dial,
ceramic wave dial.
All the boxes checked on this.
Sure.
I personally think you have to buy it on the bracelet and then get the rubber strap because why wouldn't you for $100?
The value, yeah.
Yeah.
Is it $100 to add the strap?
It's $100 difference to buy the bracelet over the rubber strap at retail.
Gotcha.
And then I think it's less than $250 to get the rubber strap with the tang buckle.
Gotcha.
So,
and it's probably $1,200 to buy the bracelet.
Exactly. So I think the watch though definitely wears better on the rubber.
Mm-hmm.
So either way, awesome watch.
Is this the only Omega on the list?
It is. I tried to pick only one from each brand.
Gotcha.
So.
Okay, so absolutely right now that these are some of the best steel sport watches you can buy under $5,000. Honorable mention then I could say is like my 40.5 millimeter SMP that you can get for probably less than $3,000.
Right.
Also Speedmaster from Omega. If we're going to stay with Omega, Speedmaster right now you get a 005
yeah.
Omega Speedy. What are you going to pay for that right now, Jay? Is that like $3,500 bucks, $4,000?
$3,500 pre-owned.
Fantastic. So Omega might be the king of under $5,000 sport watches. Some of them have retails over $5,000, and a lot of times what we're referencing is resale value. But almost all these watches you can buy pre-owned for under $5,000. What else do they make? I guess the Aquaterra is like a tweener in terms of and you can definitely get those for under $5,000.
The new Aquaterras are pretty nice, but
JBO Surf, by the way, just says that the rubber is super comfortable on that, which is I agree wholeheartedly. The problem is the watch has to be on the bracelet in order to really be a Speedmaster, in my opinion. But that strap is unbelievable. But I can only wear the watch on the strap. On the bracelet's a little too big for me. Maybe I'll get used to it.
The bracelet is chunky on this rendition of the Seamaster.
The 42 on a bracelet's tough, though. I have a.
But I think it's worth having the bracelet in
for
reserve.
Resale. Yeah, for resale without a doubt. Anything else from Omega? Let me think. Are we missing anything from Omega that's under $5,000 in sport watch? Crickets.
So there's some awesome, like if you like flight stuff, like the Mark II cases are really cool.
Nobody looks at but you.
There's tons of stuff, but I think the Seamaster is quintessentially the piece for under $5,000.
Right. And what you saw there on the screen, all those 42, those are at the top of the price point. And then any other pre-owned Speedy you're going to get, or Seamaster, is going to be well below $5,000. I mean, you can get them you can get a quartz Seamaster for $1,000, I bet. Probably even for like $900.
Even like the old Wave, which is probably the most desirable one, the one I have is like a $2,000 watch.
Okay, so there you go. So if you got $2,000, and the thing about these watches, especially like those older, like the one you have, you put $2,000 in that watch, you're going to get $2,000 back.
Yeah,
it's not Rolex money, but you can buy and sell. You buy that pre-owned, and you don't overpay. You're going to sell it for what you paid for it. It's not the value's not going anywhere.
It's iconic, classic.
It found the floor.
All right, so number 2.
Yeah,
is the Tudor Pelagos.
Oh, Tudor. So Tudor, again, another fantastic brand for sport watches under $5,000.
Yeah, I love the Pelagos. It's my favorite Tudor that they make. Fantastic buckle, right? You got the adjustable buckle, some really cool stuff there with spring tensioning. The only thing that's not in this photo is my favorite Tudor Pelagos, and that's the LHD. So the left-hand version with the cream markers, I think it's the most handsome. Pelagos out.
So it's like the Josh Thanos of watches.
Sure. Pelagos comes on a titanium bracelet. You get the rubber strap in the box. Very nice and versatile. It's got this cool, one thing I always appreciated is if you look at it in the picture on the rubber strap there, you see how it has the end links?
Yeah.
And so you take those off the bracelet and utilize them with the strap. It gives it a nice clean look. Fantastic watch. 41 millimeters, I believe.
Yeah.
Ceramic, sapphire, automatic tool watch with a great buckle. And that's just, you can wear it all day long.
Yeah, and what do we say the price points are on these?
They're right. I think retail's like $5,250, okay. So they're like right there. But you know,
probably
definitely get one for $5,000
or so. Yeah, well, less than $5,000. But so
pre-owned for sure, less than $5,000.
So okay, so again, Tudor makes a wide range as well. So now we'll talk about the Black Bays.
I thought about putting the Black Bay up there. There's a lot of variations of the Black Bay.
Well, the Black Bay GMT, the new Pepsi, the Diet Pepsi.
So the mentality, for me, between picking, I was trying to pick like the ultimate watch from the brand, and I think the Pelagos is a more well-rounded watch for
thick,
just for like
it?
to own one of the brand.
I gotcha.
So I wouldn't want to own a Black Bay and not ever experience a Pelagos.
Does the Black Bay have a date on it? Yeah, it does, right? I guess the Black Bay 58, which is what people are losing their mind over right now, does not have a date.
Right. The Black, that's a weird watch. I put it on my wrist. It's just too small for me. I thought it was gonna hit the proportions. I think they should have went, instead of going that small, they should have went thinner. Like they should have just done a regular Black Bay thin.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think the problem with going thin is that like these are actually dive watches, so like you need, they need to have a little bit of a thicker case in order to handle like traditionally the depth, which is not, people aren't really diving with these. Maybe somebody is, but not really.
But a regular Black Bay is almost 20% thicker than a sub.
Well, that's the thing about Tudors is I like Tudors. I like them when I put them on my wrist at first, and then they end up being too thick. Yeah.
So, but at least the Pelagos makes up for that in being titanium. Honorable mention for my second favorite Tudor that exists is the Advisor, which is the titanium mid-case alone.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people don't give that watch credit, but that watch is awesome. All right, number 3 on the list is the ever-popular and perfect Breitling Aerospace Evo.
Mm-hmm.
I know Josh likes all of the Aerospaces. I personally like the Evo. I think the case is the perfect size. I have one. It's titanium, black titanium with a rubber strap. And the watch is extremely versatile. Wear it all day long. Has crazy functionality. Thermal compensated movement, so stupid accurate. And just all around like a great weekend watch, in my opinion. I have the Breitling deployant buckle, which the engineering on that buckle is crazy. It's got the easy slide. You know how Breitling does that easy slide in the buckle, and it just locks up like a bank vault. And you can get these watches. I mean, these are well under $5,000. You can get these watches pre-owned for $2,500.
Yeah.
Josh has one. It's not the.
It's
not this size. It's the previous generation.
Mine's the professional.
Right.
I love it. I love that watch. I haven't worn it very often lately. That for some reason turned into a beach watch.
Does yours have the deployant also? The fold over deployant?
Yes, fold over deployant and the blue rubber strap.
But extremely durable watch, and that's a watch that, like you said, it turned into a beach watch. Mine's like the weekend watch when I'm working on the car or whatever. That's my throw-on weekend watch, and I love it.
Yeah, that's the best watch Breitling's ever made is the Aerospace.
I think it's a strong contender between that and the Navitimer, just because the Navitimer is such a iconic piece. But listen, there could have been tons of Breitlings we put up there. I used to have a Steelfish, which I loved. 44 millimeter Steelfish was, in my opinion, probably one of the greatest watches Breitling's ever produced. Just fantastic dive watch. But they build so many cool watches that are cheap, you know, or I guess relatively cheap. They're still expensive for what they are, like for a watch. But I think they're solid weekend watches.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. I feel like every halfway decent collection probably should have some sort of Breitling in it because they make such a wide range. And Eric Nielsen, who's in the chat, I know he has. What Breitling did I see? He's got a nice Breitling that I see that he put on a new strap. I can't remember. It's on his Instagram, but I'll check it out again and I'll make a comment there.
So number 4, the IWC, very iconic 44 millimeter Pilot.
Oh yeah, this was my suggestion.
Your suggestion. I could not find a photo with multiple pieces in the different flavors of this watch. To be fair, I did not look very long, but this watch exists in a couple different color variations, couple different colorways, we'll say. This is the Petit Prince version, probably the best version.
Well, this is the most desirable, the one that holds the most value.
Yeah.
Again, what do we say? It's a $5,250 retail.
Yes.
So so you get a solid chrono from a brand that has some recognition, and this is what they do best. For well less than $5,000.
Sure.
Now.
Looks like if you know IWC, and a lot of people do, as a substantial pilot watch company, right? They're known for the big Pilot. They're known for $10,000 pilot watches. That watch could be a $10,000 watch unless you know what you're looking at. It's a IWC. Yeah. It's sapphire crystal, Swiss-made automatic chronograph with a date 8. It has a very prominent stance on the wrist. 44 millimeters, but it's the right size in thickness. It has a good wrist presence. And
there's no complaints. It's just a nice watch. Yeah. The thing is, it's a watch that ends up ending in it's sitting in your collection for a little while and then getting traded out. I have a lot of guys.
It's like a mid-tier in terms of how pretty it is, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree with that. So IWC, another brand that you can get a ton of, Chrono specifically, but you can get a lot of their watches. They make, if you're looking pre-owned, there's probably more than 20 models of stainless steel sport watches you can buy for under $5,000. Different sizes, shapes. I mean, if you count the 3714, the Portuguese Chrono as a sport watch, that one works. You can get that for under $5,000. You can get
the Da Vinci's.
There's Pilots. You can buy Da Vinci. We're gonna avoid.
I mean, there's tons of.
What else? There is
Aquatimer. I like the Aquatimer 2000. I've always liked that watch.
Yeah. So there's so many watches you can buy from IWC for under $5,000, sport watches, and you can build like a whole collection of those. All right.
Number 5.
Oh, wait. This is number 5?
Number 5.
So, very funny. In the chat box, I'm seeing no Panerais. Panerai should make the list. Where's the Panerai? What happened to the Panerai?
You thought we were going to do a show with the two of us, and there wasn't going to be a Panerai?
Wow. So what's number 5, Jason?
I don't know. Why don't you tell him?
Oh, look. It's the Panerai Luminor. So we were going to pick a model specific, but, well, not the gold one. Who picked that? That's silly. But we were going to pick a specific reference number, but the thing is, there are so many Panerais you can get at or below, or maybe even a little bit above, like a couple $100 above, but right around that $5,000 mark, there are almost infinite amount of
So the
Panerais
idea of the
you can buy
photo
at that
was 44 millimeter Luminor case.
Yeah, just
So
exactly. So okay,
That's where you want to key on it. Again, iconic model is the 44 millimeter Luminor. We love the Radomir case, right? But for most people, core audience, this is the case. This is what screams Panerai. So I
like
have
my 002, like your 510.
Yeah, so 510 is actually the third one in there on the right. I have that watch. Love that watch. I think it's probably the perfect modern day Panerai before the train went
What's
off
the
the
retail on
tracks.
yours?
$6,600, I think it was.
Okay.
It came down from like 71 to 66 a year ago or so. But for me, the 510 was like you still get the classic, but you get all 8-day in-house manual.
Yeah. So in the chat box, somebody says it's no secondhand is absolutely a deal killer, which is fantastic because any iteration of a dial that you can think of, Panerai makes it. This is what they do.
Yeah.
They churn out as many different little tiny variations of a dial. So you can get it you can get an 8-day with no seconds hands. You can get 8-day with the seconds hands. You can get a 3-day movement with the second hand without. You can get a date. You can get a power. There's
all the way down to like the loom, how the dial's constructed. You can get a sandwich dial. You can get the sausage markers. You can get. That's the thing with Panerai. You just mix it the way you like it.
And we're talking about just the Luminor, but there's also the 1950s Luminor, and there's just infinite amounts. And honestly, so like, first of all, if you're talking about Panerai, in my opinion, you really should only be buying stainless steel sport watches under, say, $8,000. Yeah. We'll go up there. That's what they do best. Anything over that, especially right now, is probably a little bit of a
sketchy
a little
decision.
bit. It's sketchy because who knows what's going to happen with the market. Also, so Kevin S in the chat says so many fakes on the used market, and that's true, man. So fake Panerais are an issue too, man. You have to be very careful because one of the problems with having a simple design that Panerai has iconic, it's easy to fake. So and when it comes to that, you just need to be careful who you buy it from. Buy it from somebody who'll be able to figure out if it's real or not. Because not every dealer. I mean, I know guys, pretty large watch dealers. Pretty large watch dealers who won't buy Panerai at all because they can't authenticate them.
Yeah, a lot of these guys that are smaller dealers, let's say maybe a 2-person operation, are perfectly content to say, no, I don't buy Panerai. They're just done with it. No, I don't buy Panerai. And then part of that is the fakes, and part of it is what the market's doing right now, and they might be scared to hold the watch for too long. We love Panerai. You more so than I came up on Panerai.
Yeah.
But I've always liked Panerai. I've always loved them. I sold them new at retail. I sold them pre-owned. We sell them new at retail now with Godberg. So just fantastic watch. And if you want to talk about something that's iconic, the other thing similar to the IWC for me is you can buy a Panerai for $4,000 and it still looks like a $10,000 Panerai.
Yeah.
Like it's just the iconic shape. It doesn't matter what movement's inside of it. It could be a tourbillon and you just can't see it. It just has that look where it's kind of like camouflaged in price.
Yeah, I agree with you. That's kind of the problem with higher end Panerais is that when you have
it's like,
everything
great,
looks
you got
exactly
a base model Panerai.
Right, exactly. So that's what's tough about it. But so also honorable mentions for Panerai, you get Radomirs as well, which are going to be lower on the price point. Yeah, so 183, Jason likes that. Mine, the 380 was my first Swiss watch, and it's still my love. In fact, the guy I traded it to, I think I'm going to give him a call this weekend and actually make him an offer to buy it back.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I think I still have the box of papers for that watch. I never gave it to him. But yeah, so I mean, I love that watch. 609 is a great watch. 610 is a great watch. So the other option for me would be a 292, which I don't know if you can get it for under $5,000 now. At one point when Panerai was really, really in the dumps, like a couple years ago, they were online asking $3,500 for a ceramic Radomir, full ceramic case.
So
something about that watch, I just really love it. And every time I see it, I still love it.
So, in terms of the Luminor case, or do you like the regular Luminor or the 1950 better?
I like the regular Luminors.
Yeah, me too. The 1950 is cool. I feel like it's something like I get one, and it would make its way out of my collection. Whereas the iconic Luminor case, that's why I need to own a 183 again.
Yeah. Well, the great thing about Panerai is, as well as from all these brands, the amount of straps you can get it for it and how it changes the watch. If you say you only got $5,000 to spend on a watch, and you want to buy your first watch, right? And you want to buy something that you'll be able to trade in the future, but also you can wear in many different situations. You can get a 44 Luminor or even a 45 Radiomir and buy 50 different straps for the watch, and now it changes the look. You don't get tired of the watch, because that's a big thing for me. You know, sometimes you get tired of wearing the same watch all the time.
All right, so that was top five under $5,000.
Yeah.
We got some honorable mentions. We're gonna run through them real quick. We're not gonna spend as much time on them, but the first one here is a watch that I think is really, really cool. It's the SBG N001. So that's the quartz GMT.
Cool. Yeah.
Very cool watch. Obviously, everybody knows the quartz Seikos are probably the most accurate thing on the market.
Is that a 16570, Jason?
No, that's the SBGN 001.
Oh, so because it looks like a Explorer too, like a 40mm Explorer too with that bezel.
So yeah, obviously GMT, so some similar aesthetic there. But fantastic watch. Pretty much sold out everywhere when it first dropped. They're starting to trickle back in. You can find them, but everybody loves that piece. Second piece that I'm excited. I haven't seen one on the wrist yet, but I know that some people are getting them and they're really liking them. Is the new tag, the Isograph, Octavia Isograph.
Oh yeah,
so
this thing's cool as hell.
This came out out of Basel.
So Tag Heuer gets a lot of hate.
Yeah,
but honestly, dude, they are what they are.
At this price point and for what it gets you for the money is a tremendous bang for the buck. Hands down, would buy this over most, like entry level. If you're gonna buy a Hamilton or you're gonna buy, maybe not quite Longines, but if you're just gonna buy something, yeah, exactly, that's like entry level, I think you gotta look at these guys. They're handsome. The dials, this photo here doesn't really show you how much grit's in the dial, but they're really, really cool. And I can't wait to see one and maybe purchase one for myself. Third piece on the honorable mention, and we're just going to run straight to it, is the OP39. We weren't going to have a watch show without mentioning Rolex anywhere on the show.
You can get that for under $5,000, you're right.
But yeah, man, you can get these at $5,000. Awesome entry-level Rolex. At the end of the day, is a sport watch, is the original screw-down crown, cool dial. They all have some attention to detail. I will say the OP39s, are not quite the same build quality as some of the higher tier stuff, but it's an awesome way to get into a Rolex and start liking Rolex and loving Rolex and understanding them. So OP39 comes in a bunch of different flavors. A shout out to the grape dial, which is probably the coolest version.
Yeah, the grape sota dial.
But that's it. That's top 5 under 5 and some honorable mentions and some photos, so something to look at when you hear us babble.
Yeah.
Hopefully that helps.
That was cool, guys. So that's a wrap up there. I think that's good. This would be a good guide. Send this to your friends, guys.
Buy all of those watches just right now.
Well, honestly, you could. Like, if you're some sort of, rich guy who can afford a bunch of $5,000 watches,
but
you can have a bunch of these things in your watch box.
Yeah, fantastic. So,
that's right.
Real quick, I just want to, we're approaching 80,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
We're 79 and change.
I told you, 75 is our limit, dude. Please unsubscribe.
79.
I'm getting really serious about this, guys. Like, I don't understand. But
79.5. We need to get to 80.
Like this video, subscribe it, watch it from home, watch it at your work. Any different IP addresses will get more views, which is awesome for us. Send a link to your grandmother. We'd love to meet your grandmother as well.
And not know how to turn it off.
It's great. So, check us out. My Instagram at Mr. Thanos. Jason finally is on Instagram at Evo Watches. Check us out on Facebook. And by the way, guys, I love you, even if you don't love me. And if you don't love me, I love you even more. I love you, Jason. I love everybody in this room. And I will see you next time.